Okay. So maybe I'll start with the first question and then we'll just sort of go around. And so the first question, Kate, is please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you are interested in being on the Representative Council of Orma. Maybe 2 minutes per question, we're thinking. So around 2 minute answer.
All right. I live in Western Mass, west of Springfield and East Hampton, Holyoke in West Hampton. Um, I've been doing political work for many, many years, particularly in land preservation and um, farming advocacy. And if you would hold on for a second, I'm just going to tell my husband that he's got a call coming in. Rico? Rico? All right. Can't find him.
Hi, you've reached Kate
Sorry.
Rico, Art Productions and
All right. So I think I was telling you that I've been working in both politics and land preservation and farming issues for conservation in general. Um, been working with for progressive candidates for many, many years, and we played a very large benefit in Western Mass for Bernie in 2016. I'm a full-time musician, so my band played a couple of benefits, and we've done benefits over the years for political candidates. But we raised a lot of money for Bernie in 2016 and had a lot of fun doing it. So I was definitely in on the Bernie campaigns. In fact, I'm from Vermont, and my family knows Bernie. So um, we've got a connection that goes way back. I unfortunately didn't ever get to vote for him in Vermont because I moved long before he, was the mayor on and then so on. But I know a lot about Bernie and have a lot of fondness for him. And as I say, I have a family connection. My mother knew him well. And I've been working, I have been associated with FCCPR, your sister organization in the West, since their inception, and have friends that are very active in that organization. And I've been working with Trees as a Public Good, which is an ORMA offshoot for not, I don't remember the exact timing. I think I came in maybe 5 or 6 months after they formed, and I've been very active with that group.
Thanks,
But,
Kate. We're gonna have some more questions for you. If is there
sure,
any?
go for it.
Are we good? Sharon, do you
Yep.
want to ask the next question?
Sure. And before I do, I want to just mention you were yelling to your husband or calling to your husband Rico. I think that I know you all from the music scene, and I also think I know Rico from college days at
Oh,
UMass.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So my husband's a musician, so I think our paths have crossed, but you're that same Kate. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Tell Rico I
What's
said
your
hi, please.
what's your husband's name?
Dale Manette.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course
Yeah.
we know Dale.
Right. Small world.
Hello world. I
Who
love
knew? Okay, so
it.
getting
Oh,
back on track here, but that's great. And tell Rico we said hi
I
too.
will.
Okay, so
How's Dale doing? Sorry.
he's doing great. He's doing great. Yeah, he's he's doing good. A lot of nature photography and publishing of
I
books.
was going to say, I was hoping he's still creating those beautiful
Oh
photographs.
yeah, oh yeah. So, and playing music from time to time. So
Hmm.
my question is, tell us about your work on a political project within the last 5 years that you were particularly proud of.
Oh dear.
I think, yeah.
Sorry, the
Did you
computer
freeze?
the
Did you
computer
freeze?
froze.
Oh, I'll ask it again. Can you hear me okay now?
Okay, thanks.
Okay. All
Yes,
right.
now I can hear you again.
Oh, good. All right. So Tell us about your work on a political project within the last 5 years that you are particularly proud of.
Um, 5 years.
Or so.
Probably some of the work that I'm doing with Trees PG. I've been running the ed committee for them, and I was the one that helped create a brochure for them. We're working on the website now. We had one really wonderful success in North Adams through our advocacy work, where we stopped a forestry project. We've had a lot of losses, but that was a real success and a real model for success for how organizing and using the tools that we're using, action alerts and those kinds of things. It really worked in this case, and we're really happy that we preserved a forest and watershed.
That was a great victory.
So Rob McCarthy, do you want to ask the third question?
Sure. I wasn't in charge of the grammatical construction of this question. It sounds maybe like Lauren Boebert wrote it or something, or
That's
Raymond Burr in Perry Mason. Um, it says, "What work, if any, have you done with our revolution? If none, why not?"
Okay, so certainly through FCCPR, I've been doing work with our revolution since that happened in 2016, right? Is when they
Yeah.
started. So since 2016, I've been involved in a version of our revolution and totally supportive.
Thanks. Rob Costa, do you want to ask the fourth question?
Sure. Are there any political tasks or projects that you would make a priority if elected?
So I would be continuing to work on Trees PG. Hanscom Field is another project that I'm very devoted to. And
Hmm.
and um my brain is not connecting to the exact right term, but mass healthcare for all, universal healthcare in Massachusetts. That's another issue that I'm completely devoted to.
Yeah, it's mass care. Yeah.
Right. Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
my wife Lynn is the treasurer. So we just had
Yes.
lobby day yesterday. So
Yeah. So those are three campaigns that I've been involved, obviously with Trees PG in the leadership there, but the other two that I've really been following and paid attention to and I've been working on have been those other two issues.
All right.
And of course, working on electing progressive candidates, that's always on top. Fundraising and doing work for a progressive candidate.
Which county are you in again?
I'm in
Awesome.
Hampshire County,
Hampshire.
Hampshire,
Cool.
and I'm in Paul Marks district.
You
Lindy,
lucky person.
Well, so far so good. He's stepping up. He won, last cycle he wasn't quite as progressive, and I feel like we're moving him in that direction.
He's always been one of the most progressive people, but I think he had to hold back because it was his first term last time. So
I I
he's
think that's accurate. Yeah.
yeah.
But now he is really stepping up. And of course, Lindsay, oh my gosh. I'm so lucky. Lindsay's so wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so question number 5. There are several statewide progressive organizations in Massachusetts, like Progressive Mass, Indivisible, Progressive Dems of Massachusetts, DSA, others. And is there a particular reason that you choose to work with ORMA?
Partly because you're the parent organization of Trees PG. And that's where I put most of my time and energy.
Makes sense. And Sharon, this is our last question. Do you want to ask the last question?
Oh, sure. What strengths would you bring to the ORMA RC?
Um, long-term organizing, fundraising, a lot of passion. And I feel like Trees PG is like a part-time job for me.
Mhm.
So, it would be an extension of that and just being more connected with the parent organization and helping also to promote other issues, since the healthcare isn't, Trees PG doesn't touch healthcare. We sort of include Hanscom Field, but it's a little bit out of our realm. I'm also involved a lot with Mass Power Forward and hoping to, have a larger influence on their agenda because I think they're not they need a lot more education about natural solutions in terms of climate and just overall well-being for the world. Like they're not focused, a lot of people aren't educated and focused enough on natural solutions.
Mhm.
So that's certainly a big mission for me is to do more of that education work.
Thank you.
Gesundheit.
Um, is there anything else you want to tell us about yourself or any questions for us as members of the representative council?
I want more information about what the representative council does and how much of a time commitment it is. And, there's a lot, it seems like there's a lot of people on the council, how you all get them to meet. I'd love to know how you manage to get them coordinated.
So I can probably answer that. We meet on the first Sunday evening of every month, so
Mhm.
that helps. Um, by and large, we're particularly functional around endorsing legislation, candidates. As much as we can, we like to have forums where we can actually interview candidates, at least for statewide office. Um, and then, what we're hoping, and it's not true for everyone, but a lot of the representatives actually come from local of what we call affiliates. So
Mhm.
for instance, Rob Costa's from OR Medford. Sharon's from, Franklin County, continuing the political revolution. Rob is unaffiliated, was voted in a year ago as an unaffiliated rep, and the position that you're um, running for is also unaffiliated. And so we know that, it's often activists that run, and so they're engaged in different projects. And so we hope they bring that work back to the ORMA Representative Council so that that can inform sort of decisions we make about what legislation to get involved in, what issues are important. Um, but the purview is very statewide. So it's as much time as people want. I mean, I'm finding, running things like the election, or if we're overdue for a general assembly, those things take time. And it's hard to get people to volunteer for them because they're often very busy in other work that's more local. Um,
Mhm.
and so, we don't mandate, I think the one thing we expect is people will make, most of the meetings. But we don't mandate, you know, any particular activity because our, assumption is everybody's busy.
Mhm. Okay.
And for the most part, I think, Martha, too, everyone's busy on work that informs the work of ORMA. So, FCCPR, we're doing uh, what I find really valuable, or FCCPR does, is the connections that get made and the information that gets shared and then turns into actions in our local area. Take the Berkshire effort that,
Mhm.
around the trees. that word got spread hugely out here in Western Mass. We did some of it and then got it out to other people and letters got written. So there's this amplification effect, I think, that happens from the work we do, bringing it to the RC and then it going back out into the world.
Thanks, Sharon. I think that's just right. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I want to, thank everybody for coming. This is like an odd time of the day. And Kate, thank you so much for hanging in there because I know you were away for a while. And I appreciate your flexibility in coming in at this hour. So, the plan is that the RC will meet actually this Sunday. We finished our interviews. What we'll probably do is make a recommendation about candidates, but we don't choose the RC representative. That will go out to the membership. So we'll recommend to the membership and then the membership votes.
Mhm.
So that's how it will proceed. Okay.
Okay.
Great. All right. Well, many thanks to all of you for coming. And, Kate, regardless of what happens, like your work sounds amazing. There's no question that, you're connected and active, with the local affiliate. And so, much gratitude for the work that you're doing. Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. Yeah.
Bye.